Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again. Just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So guys, I got another channeled message that come through. What? When did it happen? When did it happen? I think I was watching a video on YouTube. No, was I watching a video on YouTube? Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube, and the video was talking about strengthening your connection with God, Source, or the Creator, or the Most High. And I was like, oh, okay, very interesting. So I was sitting there thinking, all right, well, like we're all connected to Source, but I want to strengthen that communication and strengthen that connection, because I get channeled messages and stuff. But if you can be like fully of service, well, I want to know how I can be fully of service and fully in my power and fully on my path. So I was like, oh, interesting. All right, so I was kind of, and then they were saying ways to kind of strengthen that is by prayer. Prayer is like kind of conversating with your angels, what is going on in your current experience, and meditation is receiving answers for them. So when I looked at it in that way, I was like, oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I ended up getting the channel message come through. I know it was like yesterday. Some of it come through yesterday while I was getting my hair done, which is very strange. That don't usually happen. I've got to usually be in the right frame, like silent and stuff. But it's like coming through as well. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, let me just go through it with you guys anyway, just to get. I'd like these channel messages because it ain't got to be so formal. It's more relaxed. Like when I'm doing the when I'm doing readings and stuff, it's like, yeah, I've got to be of service, so I've got to kind of be what's it called? I've got to be like presented properly and shit. Which yeah, when the messages come through, I've got to speak them when they're the way they're coming. But the channeled messages, like, they're more laid back and more informal, should I say? That's why I could smoke during them, because yeah, it's more laid back. All right. Let's begin. So I was sitting there. I think it started happening at night time. Yeah, it was happening at night time when I was sitting down, laying down. So, oh yeah, let me just have a little rest. I was gonna nap or whatever. And then they started coming through. So I was like, oh, how can I get closer to God? And then that was my first question. And then being of service brings you closer to God, because when you're of service, you are putting others before yourself, which most will find difficult, as a lot of people's egos are running the show. Being of service is, in a way, your soul's purpose, not just you, for the collective, helping your fellow man. If everyone helps each other, the world would shift ever so rapidly. But we are going there slowly to give people time to adjust to the shift and new energies that are coming in. God is within every living thing and non-living. God is the atom in a molecule. Another way to be of service is to think to yourself, how can I make the world a better place? Doesn't matter how small, from picking up a crisp wrapper on the sidewalk to feeding the birds, everything is connected. What you do for yourself, for others, you really do for yourself. Adam, is that you? Indeed. Okay. Have you got any advice for the collective at this current time? You are doing a tremendous job down there on earth. Not all experiences are pleasant, we know. But as a collective, you are moving through your life lessons very well. Cycles will keep repeating till the lesson has been learnt, and the energy is in a way pushing you as a collective into a bottleneck to face your traumas and past hurts and to heal and release them. This is all a part of the ascension, but the ascension is also to do with grounding in the new energies. For those of you who are aware, you will notice the split between two dimensions. As stated before, third dimension, the third dimensional world is ceasing to exist. So a lot of you are in the fourth dimension to then ascend to the fifth dimension. But as you like to call it, the fourth dimension is like a realm of cleansing and purging of all denser energies. The denser energies must be released, then to transition to the fifth dimension. You may choose to resist because you have free will, but this will be going against the current and against the flow of things. You are being called to step fully into your power and release what no longer serves you. One world is ending and a new world is being born, and you are setting the foundations for the new earth is probably the most important. Setting the foundations for the new earth. This is probably the most important lifetime you will ever experience, but one doesn't need to take the hard road anymore. There's a smoother path for all who seek inner peace. And that was Adam just wrapping up, and I said thank you. So yeah, it's very interesting. Being of service. Of recently, I've just stepped into my power fully and trying to be of service as much as I can. For other people, are stepping into their purpose as well, because I gave someone they purchased a reading off of me, and within days I see on their story that they was taking steps from the reading and they was putting it into action into their daily life. So I was like, oh, that's fucking, they're being of service, they're stepping in the right path and in the right direction, which is cool. Which is really good as well, because you've got people that say they want healing and want to change, but it's only down to them. Like, they may see you doing your healing and progressing, but it's about decisions back in the day. It's about decisions at the end of the day. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What is stopping you? What is holding you back? Step into your full power. Sometimes you have to be courageous and face your fears and step into the unknown, which can be very scary. Facing emotions can be very scary as well if you've been suppressing your emotions because you're scared of being vulnerable. But yeah, a lot of people are being called to be of service right now. And if you're finding that you don't know what your life path is and you're kind of lost at the moment, I would say, yeah, find a way of being of service. Go volunteer, because I volunteer. Yeah, and that's being of service. And when you're, well, I find it more fulfilling when I'm putting other people before myself. But that's after I've put myself first, if that makes sense. And there was a time where I used to put other people before myself, but now it's like, yeah, I'm ready, I'm secure, centered, that now I can spread, my cup's full, so it's overflowing, so now I can share, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm learning to be of service more. I'm trying to find other ways of being of service, because it's so fulfilling. And you stop worrying about other mundane things like, oh yeah, what's going on, this and that, because the universe, you're taken care of. The universe will pour out its abundance to you if you're open to receive. And when you're of service, the universe puts more abundance out to you, because you're trying to help fellow man and trying to help the planet and Mother Earth and stuff. So things just work in that way. And if you're a part of the ecosystem, Mother Earth likes that, because most people are coming from the ego system, if that makes sense. They're more for self and I. Where we're going, it's more us and we, humanity, collective oneness. That's like the age of Aquarius. where the energies are at. So, and we are currently experiencing the end of one world and the birth of a new world, which can be it depends where you're seated, because if you're rooted in the 3D realm, a lot of things is just going to carry on going. But if you step back and observe, there's they're just trying, the third dimension is just going to get harder and harder and harder. So it's about trying to step back, disconnect from the third dimension, and transition to the fourth and the fifth. Because there are entities out there that are losing control, and they're trying to maintain control. But where we're going, no one wants to be controlled anymore. That was more of the Piscean age that we've left, and we're going into the more we're in Aquarian age, where it's more about unity and oneness and not being governed. We're trying to govern ourselves. Like, what do I want? Where do I want to be at? What are my goals? How can I be of service? What do I want from my journey, and where do I want to be at, man? You know? But it's all very interesting. It's very interesting, the journey, and the shifts that are coming on. A lot of superpowers are going to be being unlocked. But yeah, a lot of the collective is just doing a lot of... we're going to have a lot of trauma to be dealing with at the moment. Release work to then transition to the fifth, the lower levels of the fifth dimension, as Adam said before in the previous video. But yeah, if you're going through experiencing certain difficulties, try to be of service as you can, man. Whether it's gardening, just be, there's things that's going on in the community. You may want to drop into, I don't know, even going to churches, being a part of the community. You can still go to church and be spiritual. That can, because all roads lead home anyway. But yeah, doing more voluntary work at a food bank, doing gardening in the community, working in schools, helping children. That's very needed right now. That's the route that I'm going to go down as well, trying to help children, because they're the next generation that's coming up, and they're going to be taking care of the world after us indigos have, well, our job's over in a way, us indigos, because the indigo soul is like rebellious and defiant, and we like to destroy it. So the old system is being destroyed at the moment, and the new one's being reborn for the crystals and the rainbow children. So if you're an indigo child, your kind of job is done, and we're just basically assisting with the shift now, if that makes sense. Indigo, I might do a video on indigos and crystals, because indigos and crystals, they're very different in nature. And it's very interesting. But yeah, that was just a little video about being of service, and how it can be, how you can be of service. Like, you can be of service in any way. Like, I don't know, if you're a hairdresser and people need their hair done, that's being of service. You're helping other people. But remember to know your self-worth, and to, money is an exchange of energy, yeah? So don't be undercutting yourself. It's about self-worth at this current time as well. And it's about also thinking outside the box as well, because the world outside is going a bit crazy. So being able to help your fellow man, when you help others, you help yourself as well. So, because we're all one at the end of the day, we're all source and we're all godlike. So yeah, when you help others, you actually help yourself. But yeah, that was just a little video from Adam, giving some guidance about being of service. And everyone is being called to be of service. If you're on your spiritual path, it's about kind of helping other people out now. That's what I've been trying to say, to use your platform to help and reach people, as many people as you can, because a lot of people are going to be experiencing a dark night of the soul or an ego death at the moment, and a lot of people are going to be lost at the moment, and it can be very scary. So a lot of people need guidance and direction at the moment. So that's why I'll be saying, use your platform to, whether it's poetry, stories, music, any kind of way, because there's someone out there who's experiencing exactly what you're going through, and to reach out and connect with them people, man, because we need to be using this technology correctly. Because yeah, with the technology, you can speak to someone on the other side of the world and build a relationship, you know. But yeah, The future's going to be very interesting. That's all I'm going to say anyway. But peace, love and light, tribe, and I'm going to hit you guys up real soon when I get another video. Like I said before, the channel, I don't know what's going on with the channel. Whatever comes up, whether it's readings, guidance, or life lessons that I'm going to be posting, or music, it depends wherever I'm at or what I get guided to do. So that's what the channel is going to be changing with the influx of energy. But yeah, peace, love and light, tribe, and I'm going to hit you guys up real soon.